All right, hello and welcome to Terminal House Media. I am operator, and in tonight's live, you may have already seen that I was live already, and I am not going to delete that session. It serves its own purpose. It is my progress, my content, but what I will say about it, that was a horrible live session. Anything and everything that could go wrong went wrong. And I've got some scripts running and some packages downloading for work in the background on another laptop. And since the previous live was so horrible and I'm just watching paint dry, I figured I'd go ahead and do some Linux labs. So we're going to copy a repo from GitHub and practice basic Linux labs. All right. So this was a GitHub lab that I had going on earlier, and that was horrible. But what I'm going to be working on is copying over this repository. I was shared this from a person from work. Let's see, where's the README? This repository has moved to Codeberg and is archived on GitHub. The current project lives on Kerber Crocker. Cool, but it's still here. So, build the local files docs, 15 comprehensive study modules, exam quick reference, command reference, RHCSA, lab environment, Vagrant automatic, Rail 10, VM provisioning with Vagrant. Nice. Ansible playbook for environment setup, external resources, sources. Okay. Let's go back here. Why are you loading so slow? What is going on? All right. And I want to add this to. I want to create a branch. Let's see. What I want to do is add this to my repo. I'll start it. Oh, it's now only read only. Oh, well, that sucks. So it's gonna make me do it on here. This is a very good page. Oh, there was a viewer. Interesting. Oh, so this is a very good overview of, this is exam overview, executive overview, fundamentals, categories, got you. All right. So system installation, I'm already past that. All right, so I guess we can go through some of these. So let's take this and here. Awesome, that fit in perfectly. All right. So we're gonna do this in AlmaLinux 10, and I'm gonna use the GUI so everybody can see what's going on. I'm gonna do some basic Linux task just to stay sharp, keep that going, and also to cover up for the previous live stream that was absolutely horrible. All right, so LSCPU is going to show the CPU, so we can check the CPU information. LSCPU. All right, let's see what we've got going on here. Can you all see that? I think so. Let's close that. All right, and we can move this over just a little bit. All right. So we've got, I've got the CPU going straight into the host. So that's why it's reading as though we've got so much CPU, but we don't, because a lot of that's being shared with other VMs. And then we got, so I'm down here on this page, free-h, check the memory available. So free-h. There we go, it looks a little bit better. Let's Control-Shift+. There we go. All right, so we can see we've got 9 gigs of swap available and not a lot of memory available just on the hardware itself. Sheesh, I see why I was up to, well, last night before everything was going on, I had it up to 32 gigabytes and I took it down to 8, and I can see it's running quite a bit at 8, so I might bump it to 10 because it doesn't have a lot of memory space. So I'm gonna do that in hardware, memory. I'll press edit on Proxmox and I'm going to up that to 10 gigs. It's gonna be, let me see, do my math real quick. that's console, and to make that take effect, I'm going to do sudo reboot now. All right, and as that comes up, as always, grateful for the subscribers. And as I'm going through this, if you have any questions, you can leave it in operator's message board, and we can collaborate on some of these tasks or just commands that I'm going over. Or if you have a better command or better suggestion, let me know, please. So I'm gonna make sure that chat is configured and up. And all right, let's get rolling. All right, so we're back in here, and I'm going to enter back into my console GUI, bring up my terminal. All right, now let's do free-h and see how much extra memory we have. All right, now we've got 2 gigs of gigabytes of extra memory. So adding the extra memory kind of eases off. I didn't like the idea of being so close to a bottleneck. All right, so then we can list the block storage devices, LSB okay. I don't have anything extra on here. So there's not gonna be anything there. And I'm not sharing any drives. So let's go ahead and check our network interfaces. So we can do IP address show, and I've got it's connected to my virtual management router 0 and virtual management router 1. So that's why you see the private IP 10.0.0.1.3 and my public forward facing netted IP that's within my house of 192.168.1.21. All right, so now that we checked our network interfaces, let's go ahead and do some system information checking and verification. So I'm going to do hostname CTL, and that's going to give me that's going to give me the name of the host and the OS. All right, so I can see this is AlmaLinux 10.2, and the name of this host is AlmaBrain. To view the kernel, I can do simply uname -a. All right, so we've got some basic Linux commands, and let's just run through them real quick again. So lscpu, so basic Linux commands. We've got lscpu, and that's going to check for the CPU information. All right, then, and because I am using this VM on the host, we can see it's actually just going straight to the host and checking whether their host CPU functionality or capabilities. Now I can do free-h, and I've got okay, so we've got 3 gigabytes or gigabytes of memory available, and about 10 allotted. If we go to hardware, oh, it hasn't taken effect. So what I would do for that is do a sudo reboot now. Then when it comes back up, my changes from the hardware should be there. So then after we've got that, we can view the block devices with lsblk, and that'll show us any storage devices that we have connected and where they're mounted. All right, so let's see. It's taking a little second to come back up. It's still showing as I have taken it. Okay, we're just gonna keep it at 8, and I can see that's where it's operating at. Okay, well, let's continue on and see. We've got, okay, it's 11:32. Gotta be careful with the time so it doesn't get too late. All right, uname -a will show me the kernel information. And if I want to see the OS, I can do cat etc OS release. And we see our version here. All right, and then storage verification. We already did list block. I want to see free-h, right? So free is available hardware. I don't understand why that didn't work. So I'm going to edit. And I'm going back to here. And I want to make that 10.290. And I'll do sudo shutdown now. All right, cool. Now, shouldn't take so long to boot up or shut down. So we just added some more RAM to this host. And now we do the free-h, we should see a little bit more wiggle room. All right, so free-h. Boom, that looks way better. All right, so we just modified our memory on our server, our AlmaLinux 10, and increased it from 8 gigabytes to 10 gigabytes. And the way that we ensured that it took was to ensure instead of doing a reboot, we actually had to do a full shutdown and then boot back up. All right, so now we can display mounted file systems. I don't think there is anything on here. Mount, clear, mount, then column -t. Okay. So what I see are, I do have the ISO mounted. So that is a unique mount. Other than that, everything is pretty standard. Clear, cat, etc, fs tab. Home is mounted. Oh, we do have some basic mounts, but nothing that's unique. All right, then network verification, display IP configuration, IP address, show. We already did that. Some of this is a little bit redundant. Test network connectivity. So we're going to do ping, and we're going to do it. We're going to ping Google 3 times. All right, so we have access. All right, and then initial system configuration. All right. So set a system host name. So if we wanted to do, see, what is the difference between set host name and, okay, let me just gonna do a little test real quick, because I think that there are 2 ways to scan this cat. So we'll do host name CTL, host name test, and then we'll exit and bring back open terminal. Control Shift +++. Now it's saying my host name is test. Now I'll do a sudo shut down now. Seems as though it needs more RAM. I'm not gonna lie about that. I'm gonna just add it, because that's still moving super slow. So let's go ahead and edit, then bring that up to 12,288. Should be 12 gigabytes. Cool, it's already there. And let's go ahead and boot back up. All right, seems to be operating a little bit faster. Okay. All right, clear. And so test name stayed there, right? So then let's do host name CTL. Sometimes, like, sometimes people will tell you things and they're not wrong, but you also know a different way to do it. And it's just like, well, I'll let you be right this time, but it also works just like this. Host name CTL, host name, or I guess set host name. And that would be AlmaBrain. And if I exit, bring back up on my terminal, cool. Both syntax work. All right. So configure time zone. Well, first thing we want to do before we configure the time zone, we'll do time date CTL list time zones. And that gives you a nice long list, and you can even parse through that and look for like New York, right? Because it's really hard to find, and it has a special little syntax where it's got that underscore, so you want to make sure it's right. But I'm already in New York, so I'll do time date CTL status, and then we can see it's at New York. So what I can do is time date CTL set time zone, and I can set it to the port of Spain temporarily, and do a system CTL status on, actually, sorry, time date CTL status. Cool, now we can see we're on the port of Spain. Let's go back to New York, get some pizza. Because pizza is good. Pizza is good for the soul. We all need pizza. I'm surprised I can change this without elevated privileges. All right, and then DNF update. Let's just see how big the update is. I'm gonna kind of push it on the live stream so that we don't waste time. DNF update. Sudo DNF update. Yeah, I'm not upgrading 156 packages or installing 5 on live stream. So, but I will do that at a different time. I believe I can do sudo DNF update -y, or let's do this. Sudo su, right? And we are going to cron tab -e and escape, shift, quit. We can do cron tab 5 man, or man, cron tab man 5, right? Okay. Cron tab man. Oh, clear. Man, cron tab. Man, actually it's man 5 cron tab. All right, there we go. Now give me that syntax that I want. All right. I'd rather not do this. Run 5 minutes after midnight every day. I just want to run it one time, and that would be an @ command. I don't remember that. So we can do man @ and let's see if there's any examples in here. Man 5 @ okay. All right, well, we'll do that another time. Check enabled services, system CTL list, unit files, type equals service, and state equals enabled. Okay, that's pretty cool. I like that command to check enabled services. All right, installation workflows, boot from installation media. Okay, configuration deep dive, network configuration. All right, so cat etc hostname will display your hostname. If you want to see the users that are available and have a password, you can cat etc passwd, and it's going to show you those users and those hashes. Right now, who do I all have in here? It should just I forgot. What did I call the user here? Oh, admin. Here we go. So home, admin, and shows you UID, GID, and the directory over the home. And you can see where this is a service, so it's got SBIN no login, right? But then you get file system configurations. It shows you that already. You can do cat etc fstab and post installation configuration files. We've already seen the etc.os installed packages. Oh, nice. You can view the installation log. Clear. Cat var log anaconda log. All right. Getting to the end of this short little live stream. Hopefully it's a little bit more of a redemption from the previous live stream tonight that was absolutely horrible. And there will be timestamps. The last live stream did not have timestamps because I didn't have scripts running the way that it should, because sometimes stuff breaks. But I fixed it. All right. We've done all that. 6.2 custom partitioning installation. Sander Van Guth method. That's O'Reilly. Install rel 10 with custom partitioning. Boot. All right. Configure each partition. Complete installation. So it does want me to. It wants me to register DNF update -y. Oh, this is how to install additional tools. You can do a group install, and it's going to install a set of tools, a host of tools that match the package or the group of packages that are required to fit like development tools. So that's cool to go over. We'll do a DNF group install. So this is how to do a group install on development tools -y. Oh, well, there goes the 83 packages of something of 100. So this is about a 35-minute stream, and looks like that was fast. I'm not ending the stream here. Let's go. That's not too bad. I just had a Subway cookie and only had one left. Oh boy, I wish I had 3 or 4 more left. Okay, AlmaBrain hasn't finished installing development tools and upgrading the ones that were there. Let's install vim wget curl man pages -y. That's already installed. So these instructions are kind of assuming a very minimum install was done. So we can check the status of Firewalld by doing firewall-cmd-state. You can see it's running. We could also do systemctl status firewalld, and it would also tell us a lot more information and the fact that it's also running. So we can see how the firewall is configured by doing firewall-cmd --list-all. And we can see the services that are being allowed on this, the interfaces that are going on, what profile we're on. We're currently on the public default profile. Now let's check and see if SELinux is enabled. So we'll do git enforce. It is enforcing. Wow. That's not intentional, but it is intentional. Let's be secure. Okay, user environment, aliases. So DNF installed, word count. Oh, nice. Okay, let's do that. Verify post installation. Oh, I'm on aliases. Here we go. LL equals ls-lah. So alias just means create a replacement for or a shortcut for a certain string or command that you're using. So we're going to do echo single quotations alias long listing equals double quotes ls space hyphen la double quotes single quote, and we're going to append that 2 arrows to the right on root.bash rc file. And we're going to also change the color. When we use grep, we're going to do a color equals auto. So grep, and we're going to change that so that grep outputs color on auto, and then append that to the bash rc file. Oh boy, whatever song this is, I think it's very well written. It's so good that I cannot keep on listening to it because it's very emotional. I just feel like it's the song that makes you want to think about good memories. Yeah, I just want to think about computers right now. So let's change the song. No, not that song. That works. Computer, what shall I do?
What's on your mind? I'm here to help with whatever you need.
Sorry, I named my Alexa that. So it activates that. Anyways, so we just did some aliases. Let's do some verification. So the DNF list installed, and then word count -l. Wow. Let's count the enabled services. Funny of me thinking I could do that. All right, so that's going to be systemctl list unit files state equals enabled. I'm going to put a word count on that, 74, and then firewall cmd hyphen list all, and then git enforce to see if SELinux is enforcing, and it is. Common installation issues. I don't have any of these issues. So we got a quick reference card. And a knowledge check. What is the name of Rail installer program? Anaconda. Oh, wow. The answer is right there. What are the minimum partition requirements for a Rail? So we get root file system, boot. Question. What is the difference between server and minimal install base environments? Server includes standard server services and networking tools, 3 gigabytes, while minimal install contains only essential packages for basic system operation. Nice. Practical scenarios. You need to install Rail on a system with only 10 gigabytes available space. Solution: use minimal install base environment. Create 8 gigabytes of root partition, 2 gigabytes swap, or use custom partitioning and optimize space allocation. Scenario: installation complete, but system won't boot, showing grub rescue prompt. Solution: boot from installation media and rescue. Chroot in installed system. Reinstall grub bootloader using grub to install and grub to make config. Alright, well, that was module 1. So module 2 is file management and text processing. And cool. We'll do command mastery on another stream. All right. Other than that, cool. We were a little bit persistent tonight, and I think this follow-up was a little bit better. And I'm going to focus in on a little bit of work and then wake up early and get a lot more work done and hopefully finish out the week strong. I hope you all finish out the week strong and get all your objectives done. And I'll see you tomorrow night.